I've got a confession. I cannot bear the hot weather. Now, I know for most people, the reports of an imminent heat wave is good news. I like to think I'm an English rose, and quite frankly, I wilt in the hot weather. If, like me, you're not a fan of the summer months, then keep watching because I've got some of my top tips to help stay cool in a heat wave. As always, if you are enjoying our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does make a difference. And if you hit the bell, you'll be alerted when we release more content. So my number one tip is to stay hydrated. Now, hydration is of course important all year round, but in the summer months, it's even more important. Dehydration not only leaves us feeling tired and can affect our concentration, but it also makes us feel a lot hotter than we are. Now, the rule of thumb is usually to drink around 8 glasses of water a day. But I would recommend, particularly during the summer months, that you look at the colour of your urine to determine whether you need to take on more fluids. Urine should be a pale straw colour. If your urine's darker than this, then you need to be taking on more fluids. The second tip is to wear loose fitting clothes, ideally made out of natural fabrics. And this might sound counterintuitive, but long sleeves and long trousers can help too. So, loose fitting clothes from natural fabrics allow air to circulate close to the skin. And this helps to cool us down by cooling that perspiration and cooling the blood, sending cold blood around the body. Synthetic materials such as polyester don't allow the air to get to the skin in quite the same way. Neither will tight-fitting clothes. Now, longer sleeves and longer trousers will protect your skin from harsh sun rays. It will also protect you from sunburn, and sunburn will of course make you feel hotter for much longer. The third tip is to keep your curtains and windows closed during the day, particularly if they are south-facing. Now again, this feels a little counterintuitive because the first thing most of us do on a sunny day is open the windows. But if it's cooler inside than it is outside, you should keep your windows and curtains closed. As the evening draws in and it cools down outside and perhaps it gets warmer inside, then open your windows. Keeping the curtains closed will keep the sun's rays out, keeping your rooms in shade. And also, if you keep your curtains shut, you can perhaps strip off a few more layers of clothing than you usually would without having to worry about the neighbours catching you. Now, exercise is still important in hot weather, but I would recommend in the peak of our hot weather, avoid strenuous activity. Whenever we exercise, our body temperature increases, particularly so with strenuous exercise. This can make you feel hotter, but also make you lose fluids much more rapidly, and it can be harder to replenish them. Now, you may want to choose to exercise earlier in the day, first thing in the morning, or much later in the day, depending on what type of person you are. But for most people, I would suggest stick to moderate, low intensity exercise during the hot weather. When you do feel hot, cool down the palms of your hand, the bottom of your feet, and your face first. The skin here is much thinner than most other areas of the body, and also there's a really high concentration of capillaries there. So when you cool these areas down, it cools the blood down quickly, sending cold blood around the body. Whilst we're talking about cooling the body down with water, I would recommend don't have cold showers. The reason being, showers are usually quite brief affairs lasting a couple of minutes, and this will momentarily cool you down, but perhaps it's not enough to really cool down your whole body. And many people report that they actually feel much hotter shortly after having a cold shower than before they got into the shower. On the other hand, if you do get an opportunity to submerge your entire body in a large body of cool water, such as a paddling pool, an outdoor swimming pool, a lake or a river, this would be fantastic. Not only is this great for your mind and soul, but it can help to cool your body down in a more effective way. Trees are the coolest. If you get a chance to hang around with them, do it. Trees help to cool down the immediate area around them. It's been shown that in suburban areas where there's a large amount of trees, the air can be 2 to 3 degrees cooler than in similar areas that don't have trees. Also, being out and about in nature is great for our mental health, no matter what time of year it is. Utilise peppermint. So peppermint contains a compound called menthol, and this can have a cooling effect. So you can dilute peppermint essential oil to make a spritz to spray across your face and body. Peppermints to suck on can help, or cold peppermint drinks can cool you down. And my final tip, and now this one isn't for everybody, but try sleeping in damp cotton socks. Now, normally I wouldn't ever sleep in socks because I think it's really weird. But in the summer, I find cold socks help to keep my body cool as I fall asleep. Whilst I'm asleep, the socks dry out. Now, if you can't wear socks in bed, try a damp flannel around your neck, across your forehead, or wherever else feels comfortable. It will be dry by the morning, and it can just help to relieve some of that heat so you can get to sleep. So those are my top tips for staying cool in the summer months. If you've got any of your top tips for staying cool, then please do leave them in the comments under this video. And as always, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you're notified when we release more. And don't forget, in only a few short months, autumn will be here and the weather will be much cooler.